Yo, guys, we are back. It is the Red Mist podcast. My name is Shadri, and welcome back to the show. And today we have begun business. Yes, we have begun. Liverpool Football Club has delved into the transfer market. We've dipped our toes into the transfer market. Yes, Ibrahima Konate was officially announced by Liverpool today. We've reached a transfer agreement with RB Leipzig for the transfer of Ibrahima Konate, who's going to go to the under 21 Euros, by the way, with France. So he's not going to join right away. But, it's not really a surprise. We've been in the driving seat for quite some time. There've been other clubs who've been interested, other top teams, but I think by the time, by the time it was like March, April, I want to say, it was pretty much known that it was only a matter of time that Konate was going to join Liverpool. It was the worst kept secret in Liverpool club history, I think. Konate obviously released a statement. Liverpool released a statement as well. Konate is saying that he's really happy to be joining such a massive club. It's an exciting moment. Right now, his focus is on the Under 21 European Championships, but after the competition, he will be joining one of the best teams in the world. So, good, fine words there from Ibrahima Konate. The other thing is, he's a really good defender. I'm really happy that we got him because I think last season showed us that we need depth. We didn't replace Lovren and we paid for it. I think the fact that we got to third, despite all of that, is, I think, in my opinion, I think that's one of Jurgen Klopp's best achievements, if not his best. But yeah, we definitely do need a fourth centre back. I was going to say Kabak triggering the option on Kabak may not have been a bad thing. But, we're getting Konate, who's at roughly the same age. I think Konate is a better talent. So we're just going to roll with it. Kabak is obviously going to go back to Schalke. He is in talks with other clubs. In fact, he is in talks with Leipzig as well, who by the way, are losing both Upamecano and Konate. So it's a little bit of a double whammy over there. So they will. I'm sure they'll find replacements. That's just what Leipzig do every single time. But so I was talking about that because Kabak has been linked to RB Leipzig. I don't personally see him staying in the 2 Bundesliga, which is where Schalke are right now after their relegation. So I don't see him staying there. I definitely see him playing in the top division, at least the Bundesliga, if not anywhere else. Hopefully he gets a good club for himself. He is a talented defender. He is, he did quite well. He still made mistakes and stuff, but he did quite well for us. Enough to sort of say that if we had signed him, it would not have been a bad thing. Now, the one thing I've always raised about Ibrahim Konate is the fact that he's a little more injury prone. And what I mean by that, and some people I've sort of seen this where, there are people who say that, okay, it's just the same injury that just keeps coming back, which, because Leipzig rush him, that's the argument that they've put forward. And if Liverpool take care of our players, it's not going to happen and that sort of stuff. And, fair enough. If it doesn't happen, we've got a class centre-back for pretty much the next 5 to 7 years at least, even if he decides to join somewhere else after that. But my thing is this, right? So he's been rushed back by Leipzig. Let's just take that argument. He's been rushed back by Leipzig a few times before he could recover properly from his injury, which I believe is an Achilles tear or something to do with the Achilles. I might be wrong on that though. Here's my thing, right? The more you rush someone back before full recovery, the more likely it is that injury recurs. So that's what worries me about this deal. When I say he's an injury-prone defender, he's not going to get a variety of injuries. He's not going to get, an ACL tear this season, a hip injury next season, a thigh injury next season, a hamstring the season after that. Like, he's not going to be that sort of an injury-prone player, but he's probably got like one problem, and my concern is that problem keeps recurring, which I don't quite. I'm not feeling extremely confident about that part of the deal. The finances are pretty good. 30 million pounds. I think 35 million euros was the release clause. Maybe slightly higher than that. But negotiated some sort of payment structure with Leipzig. I don't think we're paying the entire thing immediately. I think we're paying most of it. We're paying most of it immediately. With some of it is, I think, a little bit later on. But we've negotiated a deal with Leipzig. He is going to be a Liverpool player at the start of next season. So. With Van Dijk coming back, with Gomez coming back, Matip coming back, that's 4 quality centre-backs. Will he slot straight into the first team? It's a hard sell for me because he has to get used to the structure of play, the way we play at Liverpool. And knowing the way Jurgen Klopp is, especially with things like defence and midfield, he doesn't tend to introduce players very quickly. Even with guys like Diogo Jota, for example, we saw that it took him a while to insert Jota into the starting lineup. So I don't anticipate Konate being thrown into the starting lineup immediately. What I will say is I do see him as the long-term second choice centre back after Virgil van Dijk, maybe in a year or two. I think for now Gomez will keep his place once he comes back from injury, but we'll have to see how that goes. But yeah. It's going to be an interesting buy. So that's 4 quality centre backs we have if they stay fit. Obviously, Virgil's was a freak injury. Gomez was a kind of a freakish injury. Hopefully, Konate doesn't have a recurring injury problem. And Matip, I think, will be comfortably 4th choice at this point. With regard to other defenders, Nat Phillips, Reece Williams, I think Reece Williams is probably going to get a loan move. He's had a good season towards the end. I think he did better than what people expected him to. But I do feel like, the Premier League is maybe a step too far for him. And the experience will serve him well, because I think championship sides are going to look at Reece Williams as a viable loan option at this point with his experience. But I will also say that, he's not ready just yet to, go into the Premier League. So he's probably going to go out on loan. Nat Phillips, I think, he's become a bit of a cult hero at Liverpool, obviously. But personally, I think it's going to be interesting to see whether we keep him or sell him, because I think having a 5th choice centre-back like Nat Phillips is a good thing in case someone gets injured, which is quite likely to be the case with guys, with Matip especially. It would be interesting to see if we keep him as a 5th choice centre-back, which I kind of wish we do. But at the same time, I think I can understand his own desire to sort of play more regularly. So if that is the case, then I would say Nat Phillips could end up going to like a Premier League team, but a lower or down the table Premier League team. I think he'd especially suit teams like Burnley, suit teams like Newcastle, for example. So I think he would definitely, relish. I think he's a Premier League quality defender. It's just maybe not the top 6 Premier League quality defender. But yeah, I think that's kind of my take on this whole Ibrahima Konate transfer. I'm very happy that we're starting to do our business quite early, especially with the Under-21 Euros. There's a whole host of international tournaments coming up. We've got the Copa America, the Euros, the Under-21 Euros, the Olympics as well later on. We don't know what impact that's going to have on the club and on pre-season and things like that. So we'll have to see how that goes. But that is going to do it. It's a short episode, just outlining my thoughts on Ibrahima Konate. I hope he is a big success. Wish him nothing but the best at the club, and hopefully he can be a very, very good centre-back for us for a long time to come. But thank you guys so much for following this podcast. We're nearly reaching the end of season 1, after which I have some plans for the summer, for stuff I want to do on YouTube as well. I'll be detailing all of these in a later episode closer to sort of the end. But yeah, that's gonna do it for me really for today's episode. Hopefully you guys are staying safe, stay well, take care of yourselves. Hopefully you guys are having fun. Have a great week, have a great weekend, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.